Hello guys, just a quick review on this Hecusma heated vest jacket. I've used it now 2 days, and one of the days was outdoors while it was light rain, and it was temperatures around maybe 13 to 14 degrees, well, so you can consider that a bit cold. And the other time I used it was in my office, where we didn't have the heating on and the window was open to ventilate the room, so it did get quite cold. I normally have a small little fan heater just below my feet. I had that off just so I could see how I could feel with it on. And on both occasions I felt very comfortable. The heating wasn't overwhelming, so I never felt overly hot, and it just kept me comfortably warm. So there is the jacket is made out of polyester, both the inside and out, but they have the different finish, so it's more smooth on the inside, almost like a silk sort of kind of feel, and the outside is more like a bit more fluffier, but you know, it's very fine fluff. You got two nice zip pockets, large enough to fit in the largest phone comfortably. On the side you have a little pocket, and that is where you put the 16000mAh battery power bank, which can be used to charge your phone also. I'll just pull that out. I always tend to turn it off and unplug it when I'm not using it. Without charging this, I've used it twice and now down to 30%. It started off at 79 if I remember correctly. So you got the USB type C and you got normal USB type A, and that's where the DC connector is, and that is what you plug your jacket into. This can be washed in the washing machine, but you make sure you take out the power bank, otherwise you destroy the power bank. Give me a moment to plug this in. To use this is incredibly easy. There's 3 heat modes. So you got the highest is 65 degrees, the second was 55, and you got the third is 45. I had on the highest, and as I said, it just felt comfortably warm. It never felt overly warm at all at any given stage. Now, I would love to test out where more close to sub-zero level temperatures, but we're still a bit far off from that. It'll be interesting to see how it handles there. How do I still feel? Until then, I'll have to just stick to what we have now. Turn on all the areas. You can just press that and it all comes on. And then you can turn it off again. You could individually turn them on. And it illuminates in red. It stays on all the time. It doesn't turn off by itself later on, so you know it's always functioning. And it does tend to heat up, and when it gets to a set temperature, it does sort of drop down to sort of goes 55, for example. It will drop down to 55. And then it will drop, will then work its way up back to 65. That's what I noticed. I noticed the color change from red to blue, as you'll see. Oh, white, sorry, and then blue. So there's 3 modes you could select. I felt it more on the back and the neck, not so much so on the shoulder and the front, even though they are working. I've tried them individually, so there's definitely heat coming through it, but the majority of the heat tends to come from the back, the front and the shoulder, not so much. But definitely the neck is noticeable. So, how do I feel about it overall? I like it. I don't like the cold at all, not one bit, and I always like to keep warm regardless. So for me, whether I'm sitting in my office with just no heating, it will help me, and while I go out shopping or going out and about. It again will keep me nice and comfortable and warm. You can always wear a rain jacket over it in really rainy days, so to protect the power bank from getting wet, so I can stay warm and dry at the same time.